Hi everybody and welcome to my latest video. This is going to be my Reseller Yearly Review 2015, having been tagged by Adam from the Make Money Online channel. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link in the comment section below. So I'll get on with it and get on with the questions. Well, best pickup, question number one, best pickup. One I suppose that sticks out for me a lot would be a coffee grinder that I picked up during the summer. Paid about £40 for it. Sold it for about 280. It was quite an interesting pickup because I like coffee, and it was a really obvious pickup because the quality of it was awesome. It was this massive metal thing made by a company called Mazza. Beautiful bit of kit, and everyone just seemed to not be interested in it, which was brilliant because I just walked up, picked it up. It was fantastic, and it sold pretty quickly as well. So that's my best pickup. Question number two is biggest sourcing fail. I've done a video about this quite recently. I've had lots of sourcing fails. I have plenty during the year. Mostly though, they tend to not cost me much money, so it's not really an issue. By sourcing fail, it could be something that's just ended up being faulty. It could end up being not in as good condition as you initially thought, missing something, not working. That kind of stuff does happen. It's just part of it. But my biggest sourcing fail was this. I've started dabbling in picking up bits of art. I thought I was buying some cool looking Art Deco prints from an auction. Luckily, three of these cost me £4, so not too much money. But it turns out that they were prints of sorts, but they were actually cutouts from a calendar, which had been framed like that, and I fell for it. So that's my sourcing fail. Question three is best investment in my business this year other than stock. I suppose best investment it would have to be my lighting. Lighting has made a big difference in the sense that it kind of guarantees that I can take good quality photos day or night. I kind of enjoy doing it as well. It's more than just a business thing. I enjoy taking photos of products. I find it kind of like a therapeutic thing. Getting a nice, clean, sharp picture. It's nice. So I suppose my lighting setup would probably be that. Number four, best advice I've received from the community this year. I think the advice that I've taken, like that I've really appreciated the most this year, and I've had it on a number of occasions, is on the occasions where you're feeling a bit down, when you're feeling like when you start questioning yourself. In terms of maybe you're not getting as many sales as you thought you would, or whether you're looking for the right products, etc. It's just the encouragement that the community in the forms of the Facebook group, the forum, and obviously YouTube has provided. It's those words of encouragement, like chin up, you'll get through it, keep on doing what you're doing, and you'll get through it. And that for me has been invaluable. So it is advice. It might not be advice in a specific sense, such as buy Levi jeans or Diesel jeans or anything like that, but it's advice in the sense of helping you to kind of carry on. And I've had that from a lot of the members of the Facebook and Facebook reseller group, the forum, at the reseller forum, and obviously the resellers that are on YouTube. So I really appreciate those words of wisdom, and they have helped me through. And that would be the best advice. That would be my answer for number four. Question number five is the funniest / strangest boot fair experience of the year. It wasn't particularly funny, but it was a nice experience, I suppose. A strange one. It was when I was at one of my favourite boot fairs, and one of the stall holders recognised me, and we had a nice little chat. And so it's a bit weird because you don't expect to be recognised, really. So it's a bit strange in them. But it was nice that the guy enjoyed the videos that he watched. So that was pretty cool. So that not funny, but strange / cool boot fair experience of the year. So that would be my answer to number five. Number six, boot fair bugbear of the year. My boot fair bugbear of the year, probably the same as every year. It's when you get people with unrealistic prices who trot out I can get this much on eBay. I believe this year it was a lady who was expecting to get, I think, £85 for a N64 console, one of the clear green ones. And £85 is just an insane amount to ask. I don't think it had any games with it. And yes, you're right. You could probably have gotten that on eBay or Amazon at some point, but to ask for it in the middle of summer in a field, I thought was unrealistic, and just an example, I suppose. The reason why it sticks in my memory is because there were other sellers out there who were obviously also inquiring after it, and had obviously also been similarly shocked by the pricing of this particular seller. But I mean, that's going to happen throughout the year, so I suppose that's my bugbear. But in the scheme of things, it's nothing. Number 7, best feedback of the year. This is actually quite a recent one. It's actually for a very, very small sale. I think the sale was £5.99 or £5. And what it was I've been selling off these little tins. You get these old-fashioned kind of cigarette type tins. I had one for a mint sweet. Like quite an old one called Pascal's Creme de Menthe or something. So like it had like a fancy French name, but it was basically a mint cream sweet candy tin, quite an old one, and it was only like a £5.99 sale. I mean, I'd picked up a bunch of these tins for about 50p or a pound, and so I was just getting rid of them. And the feedback I got was really nice because it was just like a thank you very much. This is for my father who used to work at Pascal's mint factory or whatever, and so it was just nice to have a bit of context to where the point of the purchase was, and they were so grateful to have gotten the item. And it's kind of cool that for me is what reselling is all about. Resellers sometimes get a bit of a bad reputation for, obviously we buy stuff to resell, and we're taking advantage of people's lack of knowledge who are selling these items, who are undervaluing them, and we're selling them for a profit. However, the other side of it is we're taking what some people are selling to us freely as junk. We are recognizing that value, and then we're providing it to the marketplace in the hope that someone can enjoy it. These tins were sold to me very cheaply, like I said, 50p or a pound for a bunch of them, and I've made a good profit on them. And this is like another fiver which I got. Not masses of money, but it's the fact that that tin meant so much to that person. So that was for me the best feedback of the year. Number 8, product that has surprised you this year. Um, Nothing surprises me, to be honest, now, because a year is long enough to see that everything sells. Um, I suppose the thing that's most impressed me, it has been uh, it's when I've taken a step out of my comfort zone. So for me, that would be I sold an earlier this year. I sold an empty bottle, like a vintage bottle. I think it was a bottle for some kind of a rum or something, but it was from the 40s or 50s. It was an empty bottle, and it had like a very worn out label on it, and I paid £1.50 for it, I think, and I sold it for £30 to some guy in France. And for me, that was just my I suppose that's what surprised me. It surprised me that it sold for £30 as quickly as it did as well. So we all know that everything sells, but knowing it and believing it are two different things. We all know that everything sells, but do we believe that everything sells? Chances are you won't believe it until you yourself have managed to sell an item that's like that. If you understand what I'm saying. Okay. Question number 9. Bestseller this Q4. I don't particularly have bestseller. I suppose if as a category, I would probably call it video games, because I've sold a lot of video games this Q4. Not high value, but just churning them out. So I'd put that in there. But I don't particularly have a bestseller, a best-selling product, as it were. And finally, question number 10, aim for 2016. My aim for 2016 is really to focus and grow. I've got some specific set targets in terms of listings that I want to achieve early in the new year, and I'm more determined than ever to make sure that happens. And also, I want to create a better presence for myself, a better presence for myself, I should say, on FBA. I've started sending in a few items here and there, but I would also like to kind of build that up as well, and continue obviously to sell on eBay as my main platform though, because I find that for me, the kind of items I enjoy picking up, the kind of items that give me the most pleasure to look for, and also to educate myself for, will be sold on eBay. So my aims obviously are to grow my business as much as I can, but also I suppose to educate myself in things that I've just so far dabbled in, such as like your vintagey items, antique items, art, things like that. So that would be my aim for 2016. Well, that's all the 10 questions for the Reseller Review, Yearly Review 2015. I hope those were of some help or enjoyment. If you've got any further questions, obviously leave them in the comment section below. If they haven't already been tagged, I would like to now tag Darren Smart Reselling. I'm not sure if he's done one yet, but I've not seen one on his channel. And secondly, if the great Ken Chapman finds a moment, again, I don't know if he's already been tagged or not, but I would love to hear his yearly review, because that guy has achieved a lot. He's an inspiration. Definitely, in terms of the amount of work he's put into his shop, and he sells some of the coolest items, so I'd be really interested to see his answers. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you for watching.